This is a studio session of me talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, and if a girl allows you to get up in her booty hole, it's a blessing. This is defense mode switching to attack mode, and must I be forced to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens illegally? Why am I being forced to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens illegally? You can't find it subbed. You can't find it dubbed. I don't know if you could blame that on a pandemic. Crunchyroll refuses to dub it. I mean sub it. I don't know if that has anything to do with Funimation. The rumors about Funimation about the purchase Crunchyroll. I got no idea. And I don't know if you can blame the pandemic on Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's not being dubbed or subbed or whatever you want to call it officially. But if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan like me and you want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, you're going to have to go to Kiss Anime or whichever one of these illegal sites and freaking watch it. Because you can't watch it legally. That's for damn sure. You know? Freaking Viz Media or whatever is not going to send me a plane ticket to go to Japan and watch their show officially. There's not an official Japan channel that you could go on and watch freaking these things legally that supports the anime and blah blah blah. I can't watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's at all. I mean, I thought Crunchyroll was going to take over. They had something on their site, promoting, saying, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Blah, blah. Then the show came out and then they're like, nah, they didn't touch it. I don't know if you could blame the pandemic. I don't know what you could blame it on. But we don't have Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. I have everything else. I have Digimon. I can watch it now on VRV. I can watch freaking Boruto. I can watch My Hero Academia. Hulu has a lot of anime. You can watch anything. You just can't watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. It's against the law, apparently. And how do I feel about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's? Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is a lot like Pokemon Journeys. Cartoony as shit. It's kind of cartoony as hell. But it's not as bad as Journeys. Pokemon Journeys feels like I'm watching a cartoon. But at least with Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, I feel like I'm actually watching, it's actually funny. And, obviously they dumbed down the main Yu-Gi-Oh! Battling to like a T. It's almost back to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Days. It's just slightly more... No, I can't even... It's not complicated at all. This really does feel like a children's card game. The jokes about like, hey, this being a children's card game, even though when you actually get into it, it's anything but. I mean, you have to be a real smart kid that's real into like that or chess or something to be into it. But like this dumbed down Rush Duel, which is the variation of speed duels that we have on Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, except like they have their own monsters. I actually like it. It's very simple, not complicated, straight to the point. It makes it that anybody could freaking, turn a duel around at any moment. Not just by luck, but by, you could draw 5 cards each time and you can summon as many monsters as you want. It's literally like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Remember the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you didn't have to sacrifice monsters, you could just summon them? Because in Season 2 Yu-Gi-Oh!, the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Battle Sealy rules and then just becoming the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules, period. But, the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Season, you can summon as many monsters as you want, no sacrifice. You couldn't even attack your opponent directly, which is kind of weird because all you would have to do to survive in that Yu-Gi-Oh! Original Yu-Gi-Oh! Game is just put your monsters in defense mode repeatedly. Because how else are they going to stop you? But I like it. It's actually not bad. It's nice to see them kind of dumb things down and get things back to normal. With Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets ridiculous. Every time it's always about saving the world. Like, I was just watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D. It's probably the best Yu-Gi-Oh! out there, but it's just so complicated. And, a freaking children card game is going to determine the fate of the world and, all this stuff. Which is fine and all, but it becomes... It just gets, draining sometimes. Like, Arc 5 started off great. But once they started going to the whole multi-dimensional shit, that freaking show fell off a cliff. It's like, okay, again, with this... the whole world is at stake over a children card game thing. And I don't even like calling it a children card game because when you say children's card game, you think of some stupid, simple board game bullshit that you could just play. And that's not the case. Anybody who's ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! Knows that it's one of the most... It's like chess. It's complicated. All the formulas, the amount of ways you could win, the amount of decks you could form, the amount of strategies. It's just, it's a lot. It's draining. So, the fact Sorry about that. The fact that freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! That Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 is so simple compared to the other Yu-Gi-Ohs that are so complicated. It's a welcome. It's welcoming. It's welcome. Because Pokemon fell off a cliff after freaking X or Y, the anime series. Since Sun and Moon, that anime series has been ass. But Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 is great. The problem is, nobody knows it exists because there's no dub, there's no sub, there's no anything. And there sure as hell ain't no games. The last Yu-Gi-Oh! Game we got, there used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game every year. Remember that? Remember those days? And starting with Zexo, Zexo just killed everything. Zexo was so bad that it killed having any freaking games for it. Remember before that when Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, we had games coming out the ass. Games for the DS, the games for the freaking PSP, games, they're everywhere. Now look at us. The last game we had was Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of 2015. And I think last year they just came up with a Link Evolution for the Vrains. They couldn't even give Vrains their own game. They're like, nah, let's just put the same exact game we did 5 years ago and just added, Link monsters. And then let's go take a nap. Think I'm gonna jack off for porn. I don't know what the hell, man. Zexo, ever since Zexo, the Yu-Gi-Ohs went off a cliff. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexo is what Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexo was trying to be Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, then that got complicated as well. The XZ monsters, that broken system. Freaking synchro monsters, you have to have tuners. What a freaking XZ monsters. Nah, just have the. All they have to do is have the same exact freaking stars. Any monster, do it. And then Arc 5's Pendulum Summoning was just trash. Stupid. Like, oh yeah, you put this on a pendulum scale and you summon 3 monsters at once. Talk about cheating. And then freaking Frames was actually was the best system we had since Synchro Summoning. But that show never went nowhere. It's the shortest Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series to date. And now we have 7s, which is pretty good. All intents and purposes is actually pretty good. But it's going to rub a lot of hardcore fans the wrong way by being too kiddish, having that Zexo kind of vibe to it. And a lot of people are not going to give it a chance. The whole Rush Duel Summoning, I'm not seeing that played in like official Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel tournaments. I don't know if that's going to work. It's almost like they're shooting themselves in the foot. This could very well be even shorter than Vrains. What could Yu-Gi-Oh! Do at this point? I mean, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! is trying to head in the right direction, trying to reset everything. Because that's the only way to go. Yu-Gi-Oh! has become so freaking convoluted and so complicated and such a broken system. They have to do something to reset it. And it looks like they're going in the right direction with the Rush Duels. But is Rush Dueling really taking off? I don't think it's really taking off. The show as hell ain't taking off. There's no games coming out for it. I mean, if they really believe in this, scaling things back and making it more simple for kids and making it more cartoony, you have to go all the way. And I don't know if that we could blame it on the pandemic, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I mean, I like the show. I think I watched like the first 15 episodes. I'm going to watch the next 15. And it's actually pretty good. I like it. They invent the whole Rush Duel system. The company that, that operates Duel Monsters or whatever you want to call it, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Current Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, don't like it. And they're trying to shut it down and blah, blah, blah. It's not bad. It's actually a damn good anime. And I got a feeling it's going to be one of the more underrated Yu-Gi-Oh! Series moving forward. And you could just tell, just by the way that you have to go out of your way to watch this show. Like I do, freaking having to illegally watch it in the freaking internet. You can't find it, officially subbed or dubbed anywhere, Crunchyroll, Funimation, anywhere. I could almost guarantee you there's not going to be a game to come out for it. And if it is, it's going to be low budget as freaking possible. But like, how are they supposed to promote it? They're not going to promote it by having a game out, by dubbing it. Why not do what Pokemon did and just go to Netflix? Just have Netflix. I guarantee you Netflix will probably pay for it. They already have Yu-Gi-Oh! On their shit, and they have Pokemon. Just do what Pokemon did. Just have Netflix take it, dub the first 12 episodes, and release it, every few months, release a season. You're better off doing that. More people are going to watch. I guarantee you more people are going to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! On Netflix than they are wherever the hell else you're going to dub it to. Just do that. Get it dubbed over there. Just come up with a game for it with only the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel system so that people get more acquainted with it. Or freaking do something with the Duel Links app. Something. Do something. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! is one of my favorite things on the planet, and I hate seeing it in this fucking, position where it's just like there's nothing going on. Nobody knows about it. It just seems like it's fading away. I don't know, man. This is attack mode, switching back to defense when I'm out. Peace.